The former EastEnders and Carry On actress Dame Barbara Windsor has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Her husband revealed the 80-year-old was first diagnosed in 2014, but her symptoms have grown worse in the last few weeks. Well, I'm joined now by James Woudhuysen, Professor of Forecasting and Innovation at London South Bank University. Really good to speak to you, Professor. How do you think the NHS is dealing with dementia in the UK and in England in particular?
Well, not well enough. I think it's good to own up to dementia, and I understand celebrities like to raise public awareness about it, but the real problem that's avoided in that discussion is the need to vastly increase research and development, innovation and clinical trials with dementia. The clinical trials cost a lot of money. You have to recruit a lot of people. It all takes a great deal of time. It takes digital techniques. You have got to transport people to the places where they're going to do the trials. We're not doing enough of them. America isn't doing enough of them. In fact, we're doing much less of them. So what I'm interested in is not just raising awareness, but finding a cure for dementia and also preventing it by pharmaceutical means, medical devices, stem cell therapies. All of that innovation is what we need to remember when we're looking at the big picture for dementia.
How does it compare with treatment for, say, cancer, for example?
Well, there are two differences between dementia and cancer. First of all, dementia isn't treated on the NHS the way cancer is. And second of all, the research and development funds available for cancer are about 10 times what they are with dementia. And yet dementia is, really a major source of death and distress for carers as well, for hundreds of thousands of people in this country. So it's time that David Cameron's boast that he would double spending on dementia was really, he made that just a few years ago, really interrogated. What has happened in that domain from the government is too little, too late. There's tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions for the whole issue of an aging population. But a lot of that will go on public health campaigns trying to change our behavior, get us to do the usual stuff, the Jamie Oliver treatment, less smoking, less drinking, better food, more exercise. Whether that really delays dementia very substantially is a moot point, and it certainly distracts the public from the need to pump more money into real cures and real preventions rather than just a lot of hectoring government advice.
The NHS says 850,000 people suffer from dementia in the UK. Given that people are living longer, are we on the cusp of an explosion in the years to come?
Well, I don't think it's quite right to talk about a cusp of an explosion, a tipping point, going over the abyss. This is sort of 21st century hype. The trends are fairly well established. There will be a major and growing incremental increase in the number of Alzheimer's sufferers. And, that's a worldwide trend in America and Europe as well. So there's no getting away from it. We need a Apollo-style program of research, development, trials, government money, collaboration with the private sector, and the willingness to take risks and not just carry on in the old way. And we need to talk turkey about the amount of funds that are available on this. Very interesting, most of the time, old people are told that they've got to sort of behave better because they're costing the NHS so much. And if they're not told that, then they can often be told, since you've just had this item on euthanasia, to kind of go quietly and faster, I think. A lot of cultural critics said that after the Brexit vote. And I think this is a very demeaning attitude to old people, just as demeaning as the discussion of, we need to beat dementia to save the NHS money. And that's not the issue. People are having a really bad time of it. They don't always know what's going on, and they need clinical intervention on the basis of the best pharmaceuticals that we can develop and that we're not developing at the moment in order for them and their carers' lives not to go from bad to worse. So let's forget about just how much they're costing us and think about their needs and our inability to change the discussion from awareness and badges and charities and all of that to a really serious program in the laboratories. That's what we need.
Professor Woudhuysen, thank you for your thoughts.
Thank you.